We're down here in Chicago with Rivers. Meetup game is tomorrow. I'm pretty pumped because we have Mr. Tye Wells Outlaw here. So, how do you like Rivers so far, Tye? You haven't played yet, but you saw the poker room.
Yeah, we walked in, put our name on the list, went and got some food.
Last night did not go well. I played bad, and when I was playing good, I wasn't hitting, and when other people needed to hit, they would hit. Yeah, overall, looking forward to the meetup game, and we got Tye here with us. Tye's never been to Chicago, and you're from Mississippi, right?
Yep.
And I said, what do you think about Chicago? And he basically said there's a lot of people here, right? So we're driving to the meetup game right now. What do you think, Tye? How the action you saw last night, how did you feel compared to what you're used to?
When I first sat down, game was kind of tight. Then the last hour or two, they were just giving it away.
Yeah. So, and
giving it away to me.
I was giving it away as well. So, but yeah, that's
I'm about to get them tonight.
So.
They're gonna cry.
He's gonna make them cry, people. I've been getting absolutely barbecued down here. Before I came down here, I looked at what one of my biggest losses was of this year, and it was at Chicago Charitable Games. It was $3,800. I played here Friday night. I played bad on Friday night. I played pretty bad. Really bad. Yeah, I played really bad Friday night, being honest. I played yesterday all day. Actually played really well. I lost two $4,000 pots, and I wouldn't have done anything differently. So, yeah, even if I chop one of those $4,000 pots, I mean, that's a pretty significant difference. But I'm down piles right now on the trip. It's almost embarrassing. It's not almost, it is. I'm down $9,000. And, yeah, I mean, we were on the huge upswing of 25K, somewhere around there. Like, this definitely is the life of a grinder, but, you know, I've got to give a lot of credit to Chicago Charitable Games. They're a great place. They're good to host. Outlaw was falling asleep. Heard the next table was doing flips. Goes over there. Literally does a 3-way flip. The first flip was $500 5 ways. He loses that. The next flip was $1,400 3 ways, and he wins that. And then he does another flip for $800 and wins that. So they definitely have some gamble in them in Chicago. You've got to give those guys credit. And trust me, when you're down $9,000, there's a little temptation to say, let's go fucking gamble and just put a $1,400 on a flip. But I know better, because you'll get buried deeper when you do that. That is gambling. That is not positive EV. But it was funny because in a matter of 10 minutes, you know, I'm grinding all day. I'm down piles. I'm down $3,000 at this point. In a matter of 10 minutes, my friend Tye wins like $3,000. And I'm like, the poker gods are laughing at. Man, this is not a profitable trip at all. There's been a few punts I've had, but yesterday I didn't have any punts. There was one hand I had against Gary where I think I should have gone with my gut, which is I can lean. If I fire the flop, turn, and river, I can take it. And I slowed down on the turn, so there was a part of me that wasn't playing my A game yesterday. And I don't know if that was because of sheer exhaustion. You know, at this point, I just don't want to lose money. So, came down to Chicago. Meetup game went well, all things considered. Ended up losing $10,000 this weekend in a lower stakes buy-in game. I'm looking at like all the amount that I lost Overall, I think I had about $3,100 worth of bad calls over the course of $10,000. And I probably had about $2,000 worth of good folds where my reads were spot on. And then like literally the rest is variance. It doesn't matter. I mean, I just got crushed. It's funny because playing for a living, you really have to reflect upon everything and figure out what's going wrong. I mean, I did play tired, which I normally don't, but I forced myself to play tired. But even playing tired, I wasn't making bad decisions. So that's one of those caveats, like, but I lost all the big pots. I lost two $4,000 pots on Saturday. Even today, I think I just lost my third or fourth. I thought that was my third $2,000 pot that I lost. And looking back at it, like, particularly today, I didn't get the money in bad in any situation. There was one time where I lost $160 on a bluff where everybody checked to me and I was on the button and I bet fold. So I think I still have to take stabs at it from time to time, you know. But yeah, this is, you have a high streak being a professional poker player when you're just crushing it and hitting everything, and then you have a little bit of a downer. Like, you know, they're like right next to each other. But I'm taking a week off of poker, week off of editing, doing some self-reflecting, some meditation. Yeah, this is probably my biggest loss I've booked in over 2 years. You know, when you have this significant of a loss that depletes your bankroll sources as much as this did, you know, and don't worry, I'm not going broke anytime soon, but when you have something that takes the wind out of your sails, I coach all the time that it's important to spend time away from the table just as much as it is to spend time at the table. A lot of people, when they have a big loss, will sometimes get in the mindset to just go right back into it and dive head first into it. And I can respect that. Made a few mistakes. I played on a travel day. I normally don't play on a travel day. After I was tired on Sunday, I decided to go to Rivers. So playing on a travel day cost me $4 or $5 grand. Playing after I was tired, after acknowledging that I was tired, cost me like another $1,500. So had I just stuck to some of my basic principles of don't play when you're tired, don't play when the table's bad, because I even mentioned yesterday that I would advise my students not to play on this table. I'm human just as much as the next person, because instead of listening to my own advice, I tried to force it. And don't get me wrong, the hands that I was getting it into, I was having better equity, but it was one of those things that I recognized that I was tired and I shouldn't have played. And then during the session, I recognized that I was playing bad and I should have gotten up. And if I'm being honest with myself, a lot of the advice that I give my students, I just fucking pissed out the window. And I think I'm more disappointed, not necessarily in the monetary loss. I'm just disappointed that the advice that I give to my students, I just fucking ignored. First day, travel day, really tired, should have just slept. Met a new friend, been playing with him online for like 6 months. Haven't played with him live, so decided to just force it. It's just a nice reminder that anytime you are traveling for poker, that forcing things turn out to be bad results. So don't force things. Let it come to you. When you let poker come to you, you tend to profit a lot better. You're a lot more effective in profiting. Yeah, I was not trying to let it come to me. I was just like forced to stay there. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a bunch of pots that I lost, a couple $2,000 pots, a couple $4,000 pots that could have gone the other way. Overall, though, my play on a scale of 1 to 10 was probably about a 6, maybe a 6. No, it's probably like a 4 or a 3. Like, the advice I give to my students is really solid advice. It's from years of experience. And this weekend, I just thought I could fucking ignore my own advice and tough it out. And that's not the case at all. This is the reason why we have those rules. Like, don't play on travel days. At least don't have a long session. Like, if you're going to play for a couple hours, like 2 to 3 hours, just to get you in the groove. So play smart, everybody. Listen to the advice. Run like a god. So after my meetup game, I've been sick. So I told myself I was going to take a whole week off, and I played last night online and lost $500. I don't feel good. I dropped about half of my bankroll on a new car, and then afterwards I lose $10,000 in Chicago. Now I'm like, oh great, my bankroll is the lowest it's been in, I don't know, probably 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, I don't know. My bankroll's pretty low right now. Because I'm building a garage and I bought a new car. Dropped about $30,000 in the new garage with cash. Part of it out of my bankroll, part of it out of my wife's money. And then I dropped like 20 grand, just shy of 20 grand on a newer car. So yeah, when your bankroll's low, you gotta go back to basics and build it back up. So even yours truly will, from time to time, have a lower bankroll. Unlike most professional gamblers, though, most of my bankroll, once it hits a certain point, I start reinvesting it into other things that make me money, whether it's Airbnbs, whether it's rental property, whether it's real estate. I encourage all of my students that when you have your first big win, take some of that money aside, set it aside, put it to good use, put it to something that'll build, kind of like retirement. I mean, if you're doing this for a living, you do need to be thinking about not, oh, there's going to be a time when I don't play poker, but, oh, there's going to be a time where I don't have to play poker if I don't want to. And it's funny because one of my new students is a retired, we'll just say he's really well off. And it's interesting coaching him through things versus like a student who's only, is paying rent and worrying about the mortgage versus somebody who's already got everything paid for. It's interesting. It's challenging, but I like it. But yeah, as a middle-aged grinder, if you will, we start realizing that we need to start investing in things so that way, not that we won't stop playing poker, but that we choose to play poker. Just got my hair done. Oh my God. I feel like $1 million. I tell you what, when I was in Chicago, I only had 6 rows. Now I'm going with 8. Tried something a little different. I figured 8 rolls down in Miami, I kick some ass. Hopefully we can kick some ass in Sacramento having 8 rolls. I tell you what though, it's like a whole different mindset for me, seriously. It looks really good. I feel really good. It like wakes me up instantly. I don't know what it is. It just, I feel really good about myself. I look fucking good. I feel good. I'm ready to fucking just kick some ass. I'm gonna go by myself. I haven't traveled by myself in like over a year. And I love Wayne. Wayne's in Europe right now. And he's probably not playing much poker over there, which can't really blame him. But yeah, I just feel like it's been a while since I've had a trip by myself where I just focused on myself. Now, what's funny is when I travel with Wayne, there's actually some really good parts about traveling with Wayne. He balances me out a little bit as far as making sure I take breaks, which is a good thing. But after getting my teeth kicked into Chicago, I think getting down to the grind and just staying focused and being like, I'm coming here to just fucking make a statement. So it's been about a month, maybe even a little bit more, since I've posted any like substantial video as far as life of a grinder or just hand reviews. And if you're curious why, I've showed you guys a couple of times building my garage. This thing is huge, and it's getting cold, and apparently I'm too close to the road, so now I have a little bit of free time while we try sorting that out with the local government, which it's a long story. Don't worry, I'm not going to go into it now, but just know that I got to take a break from building that and winterizing, because winter is coming. So yeah, lately in the last month, besides having my meetup game down in Chicago, went out to California. California, you know, I ended up going out to California more for my daughter than for poker, or more for my kid, pardon me, than for poker. And yeah, I ended up losing money in California, but I got to reconnect with my kid, and that right there is more valuable than anything. But yeah, there's my garage that I've been working on. But yeah, that's what I've been up to lately. I'm planning on going to Vegas. Caesars announced, because of Alan Kessler, or I'm presuming that's what I heard, because of Alan Kessler, that they're going to be doing a bunch of mixed games. $500 buy-ins, PLO 8, horse, stud. I'm going to be there for all of those. And I might be even dabbling in some WPT tournaments as well. So until then, I'm probably not going to be playing much poker in the midst of I think my downswing is over, because I've had some upswings and downswings since then. But overall, I was on about a $17,000 downswing. Yeah, after being on a 25, 30K upswing. So life of a grinder, sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches. But hopefully I'll see you guys in Vegas. Don't know if I'm gonna go anywhere in the month of November, because this isn't gonna be approved until second week in November. So I might be going somewhere next week. I don't know yet. But that's where I'm at. The fall colors are absolutely beautiful. If you guys are ever curious what place in the entire world has the most beautiful fall colors, I know a lot of people have said upstate New York, but I'm telling you right now, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan is gorgeous. So that's all right. That's all I wanted to say. Sorry it's been a while. Just been busy. You know, sometimes it's okay to take a long break. I mean, all my poker playing lately has just been, I do a weekly home game. Sorry it's been a while, guys. Just life has been happening. And even though poker's been part of that life, with everything that's been going on, I've just been really focusing on getting some things shored up before I know winter comes. Because in the UP, when we say winter is coming, we did not steal that from Game of Thrones. Let me tell you this. Game of Thrones stole that from us. And if you've lived in the UP of Michigan, you understand. But it's October 21st. 3 years ago, there was a foot of snow on the ground. Right now, we still have leaves on the trees. And it's a balmy, probably like 45, 44 degrees right now. Play smart, everybody. Run like a god.